morning all. I welcome you all to NIET Institute of Engineering Technology, Coimbatore. I am Case 1, Assistant Professor in the Department of Aeronautical Engineering, NIET. I once again welcome you all to the Propulsion Laboratory. In this laboratory class, we will discuss how to conduct an experiment using this free jet setup and its application. The purpose of this experiment is to study the velocity profile change and the flow jet decay characteristic. As the distance increases with respect to change in time, the velocity profile starts to decrease, which means the velocity decay takes place. So regarding the component of this experimental setup, we have a centrifugal compressor which is connected to an electrical motor and a settling chamber, and the next one is the converging nozzle section. We have the traversing mechanism in order to position the pitot static tube at different locations, and we have it which is connected to the YouTube manometer. In this experimental setup, we are having a two-dimensional jet exhaust which is in a rectangular shape. Apart from this two-dimensional jet exhaust, we are having a circular jet section and also a elliptical jet exhaust. We can do experiment using all these three types of exhaust jets in order to study the decay characteristics. The procedure for conducting this experimental setup is to switch on the electrical motor. So the compressor will sense the required amount of mass flow rate to the settling chamber, and it is accelerated in the converging nozzle section. Before that, we are having a butterfly knob. So the purpose of this knob is to regulate the mass flow rate of air entering into the compressor. At the 100% opening condition, it will supply 100% mass flow rate or maximum mass flow rate. With the decrease in the cross-sectional area, the mass flow rate entering into the compressor decreases. So we can carry out different experiment by regulating the mass flow rate of air, by regulating or by varying the mass flow rate of air for the different conditions. So initially, the butterfly knob has to be placed at the maximum opening position so that 100% mass flow rate enters into the compressor. The compressor compresses the air and sends it to the settling chamber, and in the settling chamber, the expansion process takes place and the flow starts to expand from the inlet of the converging nozzle to the exit of the converging nozzle. So since here we are discussing about the free jet setup, the jet exhaust is allowed to expand to the free environment. So here there is no obstacle. So the exhaust which is produced by this converging nozzle expands directly to the atmosphere without any disturbance, without any flow blockages. Using this pitot tube, we can measure the difference in the pressure, that is the pressure of the exhaust jet as well as the atmospheric pressure, which can be used to calculate the velocity distribution, velocity at a particular point. The pitot tube is connected with a traversing mechanism. So using this traversing mechanism, we can adjust the location of the pitot static tube in both axial as well as the radial directions. So let's see how to conduct the experiment using this setup. First of all, we have to switch on the motor, and then we have to alter the butterfly knob so we can regulate the mass flow rate of air entering into this setup, and we can hold the position of this pitot tube using this traversing mechanism. So the pressure will be measured using YouTube manometer. So we can note down the reading and we can calculate the pressure difference between the jet as well as the atmosphere, and we can calculate the velocity at that particular location. And we can repeat the experiment by changing the position of this pitot tube using the traversing mechanism at different locations. And also we can calculate the velocity, we can measure the velocity at different locations in the radial direction also. Apart from this rectangular setup, we are having a circular jet. Let's see the working of this experimental setup. First of all, we have to switch on the motor.